What's up, everybody? All right. Do you hear updates on grading processes? Do you hear updates on grading processes? Tyler, I'm assuming you're wondering about the grading submissions, like timelines. The grading submissions are all 65 business days, and they are 100% taking. PSA has been basically taking the full 65 business days. So, depending on which submission you were in, add about, I tell people add about 14 weeks to that, because that's really that's really about what it works out to, and that's roughly where you're going to be at timeline wise. But 65 business days is basically the norm for them these days. The next submission that I'm expecting isn't due back till probably the end of August, if I'm being honest. So someday be faster. I don't know. With AI, I don't know. I don't know if they're ever gonna go to AI or not. I'm still not sold on AI myself, but it is what it is. So here's our owners list for tonight. All the spots are accounted for. Just missing payment from James Ward. Sent him a message. I'm not sure, Tyler. I send them every month. So I'm sorry that I don't have my logs in front of me to know when yours was sent. I just don't know. But at the end of every month is when the submissions are due, and I send them either on or right near the first of each month. So depending on what month that would have been. But again, the next one that I'm expecting is the end of August. And that was a submission that was sent May 1st. So, we have 3 that have been sent. We've got May 1st, June 1st, and July 1st out. So, I know you're not in July 1st because I just shipped those today. So, you're in one of the other 2. Which one, I'm not sure. Hopefully nobody's going to hack into this little tablet that's only got like 4% battery left, so we better get on with this duck race before this thing dies. So there's our duck race lineup, 1 through 15. And let's get this thing going, like I said, before this thing dies on us. I didn't realize it only had like 5% when I turned it on. But it'll get us through this, I think. We'll shuffle it one time. Here we go. Yeah, so if you were in the June submission, you're probably looking at the end of September, roughly. Mid to late September is my guess. But again, in the middle, when I'm doing breaks, I don't have all that stuff. You know what I mean? I just is what it is. Nobody wants to win this thing. Hey, do it for Dale. Duck 3 says, I'll do it for Dale. And Duck 7 comes in second. I forgot to mention that it was a 2-position race again. So Duck 3 is first place, and Duck 7 is second place. So Micah Robinson is first place, Brandon Harner second. Which means Micah will get Brandon Jones, Brittany Zamora, and Joey Logano as your extras. And then Brandon Harner, you're going to get all the additional pairs. There was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, like 8 pairs. So you'll get all those. And if we have to do any kind of random, which we may, if we have to do any kind of random, I may have to use the extra phone that I have down here instead of the tablet. Because it's going to die. It's going to die. All right. Good luck to everybody. 2 boxes, 2024 National Treasures. I'll try to get the schedule updated maybe later tonight with what will break on Saturday and Sunday. I just wasn't sure. So that's why I just put TBA on both of them. Sometimes I feel like it's more important to at least let you guys know the time and the day more than the product. So that's kind of what I shoot for sometimes when I just don't know. But Thursday will be the next break. And Thursday's break should be fun. It's a 4 hobby box of 2024 Select and 4 blaster box of Select. So it's an all Select break, 4 hobby, 4 blaster. And we had really good luck with Select in the last break. We've had good luck with Select all the way through, though. It's been a good product. Slamming Sammy Smith on the white sparkle. Goes to Philip Mancini. And then we got Joey Logano white sparkle through the filler. Nobody took the reigning, defending, back-to-back champ. I got a piece of plastic stuck on this top load. It's driving me nuts. I can't seem to get it off of there. There. No, it's still there. What in the world? It's like the piece of plastic that won't go away. All right. Anyway, Logano through the filler to Micah Robinson. Nobody took the champ. Carson Quapple going to Garrett Burkett. And if you guys didn't hear the interesting news today, Daniel Suarez out at Trackhouse at the end of the year. Both he and Trackside both have made posts on social medias everywhere basically saying that it's a mutual decision. I think we all pretty much know that's probably not the case. you typically don't mutually leave. Somebody's unhappy, and that's how that conversation usually starts. So, whose idea it was for for Daniel and Track House to part ways, I'm not sure, but 31 of 49 rides. Dale Earnhardt Jr. That's going to go to Zach Brewer. Little Zach attack. Any Saved by the Bell fans from back in the day? You guys will remember Zach Attack, the band. That's how old I am. Darlington Dreams, 14 of 35. Jeff Gordon. Going to Robert Rich. That's a cool Gordon. I'm going to put that up there. Daniel to the 8. Haven't thought about that in years. 70 of 75. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. Race used tire. Going to Greg. Little flash from the past. $22 out of 99. Michael McDowell. Going to Will Black. Literally just sent Will a package today. Or yesterday, one of the two. From the weekend. Got another one. And we got a Team Duels. Denny Hamlin and Martin Truex Jr. That is 23 out of 99. Both sheet metal. Boy, we're all old. Thanks for making me feel better, guys. Denny going to Riley Roger, and Martin Truex Jr. going to Nate Gogol. So we will need to do a random unless you guys can sort that out between now and the end of the break. We'll need a random for that. Actually, so, I mean, I loved Saved by the Bell, don't get me wrong. I watched it all the time. But as I got a little older, I really enjoyed when they did the college years. I don't know if you guys remember that. It was on prime time. Saved by the Bell was always on, like, Saturday morning. The college years was on, like, primetime TV. I actually liked that a lot. TV's not as good as it used to be, though, the shows. 54.99, Treasured Swatches, Haley Deegan. Going to John Boyles. Matt just turned... Oh, be nice, Sarah. I'm 41. We're just hitting our stride. TGIF was a lot of fun. Yes, sir. I can tell you, there were so many nights I looked forward to Friday night coming home. And my parents and I, we would go to the... Friday night was always like payday for my dad. We would go to the grocery store and get groceries for the next week. And then we would go usually and like pick up Little Caesars pizza, the original Little Caesars before they went to the hot and ready thing. We would go get Little Caesars, bring it home, and watch TV together for, a couple hours. Fire Suit Signatures, Parker Chase, 40 of 99. Parker Chase, and this is from 2023. I'm not sure if I have Parker listed or if he's an unlisted. I'm just going to take a quick minute and scan the list. I think he's an unlisted driver. But I'm just scanning real quick to be sure. I'm pretty sure he is. Yeah, I'm 99% sure he's unlisted. So that should go to Larry. Alf! Where's the cat, Alf? I loved Alf. I still have Alf. I have Alf on DVD, I'm pretty sure. 89 and 99, Fire Suit Signatures, Brandon Jones. Brandon Jones went through the filler. That's going to go to Micah Robinson. So Micah's hit 2 cards so far. Let me sit this down real quick. I'm going to open some more top loads. I need a pack of both sizes, actually. And now is just as good a time as any. Family Matters. What was some of the other shows? Step by Step. Good stuff, man. Good stuff. You guys can ask my wife. I watch Home Improvement reruns almost every night. Literally almost every night. This doesn't suck. William Byron Track Pass Signatures. 14 of 49. Love these cards. These are so sharp. When you put the driver and the car together, and then that's a really nice, they got that kind of vignette look to them. Very nice card. Going to Steve Teskey. Nice hit, Steve. You guys, you're not going to believe the next card. $12 of 25. Ty freaking Gibbs. Rising Stars. Short print. That's 2023. And of course, classic Ty Gibbs fashion. I always add an extra S on there just because. Everybody loves Raymond. Hee Haw, yep. Who won? Trevor, the duck race went to Micah and Brandon. They were the winners. Sorry, I just saw that. A Ty freaking Gibbs spotting, though. Can you believe that? I'm a big comedy fan. I liked Roseanne. You guys remember Roseanne? I never really got too into the Connors when it came back, but I always enjoyed Roseanne. What was another one that wasn't really a comedy, but I enjoyed The Wonder Years? If you guys remember that back in the day. I used to like that show a lot. The Wonder Years and Roseanne, for me, were always very relatable. Because they were like real families that were like your own, Families that were struggling to pay bills sometimes and trying to figure it all out. Rusty Wallace going to Steve Teskey with the white sparkle. Jeb Burton going to Micah. Again, shipping is included for all these, and I'll get these shipped out. Should have these shipped out tomorrow. If for some reason I don't get them out tomorrow, then I'll probably hold them until Friday. I know that's a couple days, but what that would allow is anybody that would get into the break Thursday could then take advantage of shipping. But I think I'll be able to get them out tomorrow. I don't see any reason why not. Taylor Gray going to Chris Bonnet. So, Days of Thunder 2. Yeah, they've been talking about Days of Thunder 2 for a while. I've yet to see any real confirmation that it's happening, though. I know Jeff says he's talked to Tom about it, and there's been conversations had, but nobody's actually said, yes, we're doing it, it's happening. You know. Or at least I haven't. Married with Children was a good one, yeah. Well, of course, Cheers was a good one. And then, you know, the other one that I used to watch with a lot was, and I've rewatched it, is Coach. You guys remember Coach? Hayden Fox. 48 of 49, Raja Caruth. That's going to go to Dale Cobb Jr. And then we're going Jeff Gordon, short print, rides, 19 out of 25. Belongs to Robert Rich. And a race-used fire suit, 91 and 99, Brittany Zamora. So we have hit cards of all three of the individual drivers that went unclaimed. Brandon Jones had a patch auto. Zamora had a patch. Joey Logano had a white sparkle, I think it was. Yeah. So we've hit something for all of those drivers that went unclaimed as single drivers. And we got the Dinger, short print, 4 of 25, Timeline Materials. That's going to go to Kevin. I'll tell you guys what, so my wife and daughter took our dogs to the vet today. One of our dogs is getting a little older. He's, I think, 10. And he's getting some age on him. And so they were doing some extra testing and things. And the freaking vet bill was like $600 by the time they got the 2 dogs done and did everything. And, you know, they, like I said, they did some testing on him and then prescribed some medication for him because I guess he's got a issue with like a slipped disc in his back or something. And so he's obviously in some pain that we didn't realize. So they've given him a prescription for that to kind of help ease the pain and, you know, help with, you know, discomfort. Bobby Labonte timeline out of 99. Going to Michael Clay. But anyway, $600 for a freaking vet. I was like, I've joked, but I'm going to have to start an Only Dad's account. Like, oh, this is nice. Treasured Swatches, Justin Allgaier, and that is 7 out of 10 on the door number. Hollow gold. Gold! Gold! That's going to go to Jonathan Heitzman. Congrats, Jonathan. That's a nice hit. Door number, Justin Allgaier. Yeah, Only Pets. That's what I need to do. That's what I'll start. And Only Pets. Nice Allgaier. I'm going to move Ty freaking Gibbs for that. Then we got a Colossal Material Auto. That is 49 of 49, so a bookend. Bobby Labonte going to Michael Clay. That is really shiny material, so that's got to be one of his newer fire suits that maybe he would have used just in more recent times. 49 of 49. Nice hit, Mike. Mike's usual driver wasn't available, and I think he called an audible, and I think it worked out for him. There's his usual driver. 10 of 49, Midnight Shadowbox signatures, Austin Dillon. Going to go to Sarah Spielman tonight. I do love those cards. I think those are really cool looking. Nice Denny. Or nice Austin Dillon. I'm sorry, I was peeking ahead at Denny. 33 and 99. Denny Hamlin. Going to Riley. Caught me sneaking a peek. For Riley. And last but not least, it's going to be a nice one too. Check this out. 7 out of 10. Premium patches, Kyle Busch. That's going to go to Thomas Jones Jr. That is nice. I'm not super familiar to know what fire suit that would be from, but you do have to keep in mind that's probably from years ago, not probably a recent fire suit. Sometimes you have to pull an audible. Yeah, exactly, man, exactly. That's a nice Kyle Busch. Really nice break, honestly, overall. Couple nice SPs. Kyle Busch. That doesn't suck either. Congrats, Thomas. All right, let me hit you guys with a quick recap, and then we will do a random for that team duels that we pulled. But again, Thursday night, we'll be back at it with a select break, and it'll be 4 hobby boxes and 4 blasters on Thursday night. So an 8-box mixer Thursday. That's what's coming up. So, Timeline, Bobby Labonte, Timeline Materials, AJ Allmendinger to 25, Zamora to 99, Stenhouse to 75, Haley Deegan out of 99, and Michael McDowell to 99. Autos, we had Bobby Labonte to 49, Denny out of 99, Austin Dillon to 49, William Byron out of 49, Ty Gibbs to 25, Brandon Jones to 99, and Parker Chase to 99. And then again, we had the team duel. We'll do a random in just a minute for that. The 2 on the stand. 7 out of 10. Door number, Justin Allgaier. Hollow Gold. Treasured Swatches. Congrats, Jonathan Heitzman. Once more. And the premium patches, Kyle Busch, that we just pulled a moment ago. Also 7 of 10, funny enough. Kyle Busch. Going to Thomas Jones Jr. So congrats again to you. There's the Denny. We're going to use the old... I'm going to use the old phone for this because I know the tablet is dead. So random.org. It shouldn't be too hard to pull this up. We're going to verify that we're human. Turn that overhead light off. That'll help. Yeah. I think I am. I don't know. Maybe I'm an alien. List randomizer. And then, just like we always do, we're going to put Denny in. I should use this more often because this is easier to use than the tablet, honestly. All right, so we got Denny and Martin Truex Jr. And we'll go 5 times. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So that's going to go to the Denny spot, which was Riley Roger. So congrats, Riley. You're going to get the team duel as well. But again, appreciate everybody that participated. Hope everybody has a great rest of your evening, what's left of it. And have a great Wednesday tomorrow. It's hump day. And we'll see you guys next time.